Says Freeman's remarks were reported the next day in the San Francisco Chronicle under the headline, "Professor Sees Peril in Education," quote unquote. According to the Chronicle article, Freeman said, "We are in danger of producing an educated proletariat. That's dynamite!" Exclamation point. We have to be selective on who we allow to go to college. I mean, I think we already all knew that, but to see it in writing like that, it's pretty fucked up. And guess what? Your kids ain't the ones being selected to go to college. All right. If not, Freeman continued, we will have a large number of highly trained and unemployed people. Freeman also said, taking a highly idiosyncratic perspective on the cause of fascism. That's what happened in Germany. I saw it happen. So a few things here with this one, guys. He says we are in danger of producing an educated proletariat. That's dynamite. An educated proletariat in a democracy. We live in a democracy, right? Aren't we supposed to be highly educated citizens living in a democracy so that we can elect our representatives to properly govern the country? Isn't that like the whole fucking premise of democracy, of republicanism, of society? To have well-educated populations so that they can properly govern themselves. Isn't that what the founding fathers were about? Wasn't one of the first laws that the founding fathers passed to create school districts where they allocated 1 square mile in each township be dedicated to public education? Isn't that the whole premise of democracy? Having educated people make decisions, right? And furthermore, why would you be worried about why would an educated proletariat be dynamite, man? If the society is a democracy and a republic where we're making our own decisions and ruling ourselves, government for the people, by the people, what would we have to be dynamite about? Are we somehow not making the decisions ourselves by electing people? Is somebody somehow doing the elections and choosing the people that run shit for us? Is someone running the shit behind the scenes that we don't know about? Maybe we'd be upset about it because we're educated enough to figure it out and therefore be dynamite? Is that what's going on? It couldn't be that, right? Because this is the greatest of democracy. This is the most important republic in human fucking history. Couldn't be that, right? Couldn't be that. Another thing I want to talk about here in this too is the part of that quote as well. It says, we have to be selective on who we allow to go to college. Who is it that they want to select to go to college? It's not people studying the humanities. It's not people studying actual American history. It's not people studying branches of economics that say that it doesn't have to be a zero-sum game where corporations and oligarchy dominate everybody else. It can be, economics can be done for and by the people, right? It's not working class Joe Schmo who's a welder or a grocery clerk whose kids get to go to college. That's not who gets to go to college. Who gets to go to college is the children, both the near and distant family members of the ruling class. And beyond just them, those ones that are going to the bigwig schools, the Yales and all that beautiful fucking shit, right? The Ivy League crap. It's people a little lower on the total pole, the higher middle class, the higher to upper middle class, right? Or the lower echelon of the upper class that goes into school not to learn about the world, not to be an educated citizen in a democracy, but goes in to get specialized training to be what I believe Chris Hedges said in an interview once, complex system managers, right? Technicians, you know, and this is a lot of what we've seen now where I think Harvard's #1 degree that they're pushing out is business management. And I think you're seeing a similar trend amongst all kinds of universities and things like that. It's no longer the humanities. It's no longer even law, which is already, you could make a case being an issue of itself. You know, people going to study law and study business, but it's business management or it's tech. And that's because, I mean, that's purposeful shift away from the humanities. We've seen this in all aspects from elementary school all the way up of they don't want to teach humanities. They don't want to teach the arts. The arts have been cut. Music classes have been cut. Literature classes have been cut. All this stuff, right? And they start pushing STEM, study STEM, you know, science, technician, mathematics, and stuff like that. But more than that, it's this business class. They're trying to socially reproduce this new business class to create complex system managers, the people that can cook the books, the people that know the tax law, the people that know how to write the code for the banking system, the people that can manage the mid-level aspects of the corporation. You know, the people that are going to go into school for that shit, that's who's going to get selected. The people already coming from the complex system manager class or the upper class or the ruling class. And that's terrifying because you're socially reproducing a beehive of people that do not think or act for themselves. They have been cookie cuttered. They have been socially engineered never to question the system, just to operate the system as efficiently as possible. There's some real dystopic shit, and it's fucking terrifying. What's going on with the act?